Hello everyone, today is the 9th May of 2022 and it's a Monday, and I cannot believe that next week is the last week of my legal practice course in terms of teaching wise, which means that next week is going to be the last week when I will have to actually attend lessons and attend workshops and everything, because after that we're supposed to have our term 2 exams, and also until September basically there's no teaching. It's basically like your independent learning, which is basically independent research, which is basically the dissertation we will have to do till September and then submit it I think on the 14th of September or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah, today I decided to do a little bit of very minimal makeup because I really wanted to, because I just felt like to, and that's how makeup should be. You should only wear it when you actually feel like to. And I'm feeling good, and obviously I did not get to post last week my vlog because I just felt like it was not really necessary. It was not much happening in my life, so I just did not want to. But this week, since it is one of the last weeks of my LPC, which is a legal practice course, I'm really looking forward to see how it goes this week and next week. And there's gonna be a lot of revision lecture sessions and everything next week. And also I feel like I just cannot believe that it is coming to an end, and I cannot wait to be ended, because I can't wait to be, not be a student anymore and be a graduate, because it has been almost 23 years, or even I would say 20 years, I would say, that I've been a student, and it feels really tiring. I know 2 years later when I go back to work, when I will be working full-time and everything, and then I'll be like, oh my god, I wish I was a student. But still, for now I don't feel like that. I'm just feeling like to get this done and get a holiday as quickly as possible and just relax and do my own things that I really love to do, which is traveling, which is writing, which is painting, which is just relaxing under the sun on a park, on a nature, and letting my feet touch the nature and all those kind of things, which I'm not able to do right now because of all this LPC work and everything, which is very annoying. But I cannot wait for these term 2 exams to finish, because then I'll be just focusing on the dissertation and the civil and criminal litigation exam. But we will see what I want to do in terms of term 2 exams, if I want to postpone anything or anything like that. I'm not really sure, because one tip that my tutor has given me is that if you have not done really well on your core modules, or if you feel like, for example, if you fail something, I'm not saying any of those situations apply to me, but just in case, if you have failed anything on the term 1, is really good idea to get really good on the term 2 exams, because then it boosts your because first of all, those are your option model, which means that you chose it yourself, and second of all, it's going to show really good on the CV and personal statement, and also when the tutor writes a good reference for you for the future law firms to see, they're going to be very impressed with your option modules, especially, and they're going to neglect kind of if you failed anything, let's say but I've heard that if you fail one of the core modules, as in, for example, business law or property law, you are in a bit of a worse situation than someone who has failed, let's say, a skill session, for example, drafting, or a practice legal research writing, or advocacy, or anything like that. Because skills, not particularly everybody is good at it, but there are some things that everybody can be somewhat good at it. For example, business law, property law, or civil and criminal litigation. So it's very important that if you're listening to this and you are in term 1 right now for the LPC, that you do really well on your core modules, which is property, business, criminal, and civil litigation. And you can really forgive yourself if you fail a skill, but it's best not to, of course. You don't want to fail anything, because that just lowers your chances of getting, but that doesn't mean you won't be able to get a job. It just means it lowers slightly your chances, which is very important to know. And I think that that's all I had to say for this 5 minutes or whatever. And yes, I'm getting really busy in terms of creating my documents, my CV, cover letters, and I'm meeting teachers and everything. In fact, tomorrow I do have a meeting with one of the career people to really discuss what I want to do in the next, let's say, 5 years or 10 years. What's my plan? And really sit down and talk about that, because that's really important. I don't want to really delay it till September, when everybody will be rushing like a fish in the sea and everything like that to get the job and everything like that. So I'm going to start from now, and as soon as my term 2 exams finish, of course I'm going to be applying to jobs and, like, you know, actively looking, because that's really, really important, and looking for work experience especially, because that's also very important to boost my chances. And yeah, that's all I had to say in the past 5 minutes. I'm getting late. I need to top up my oyster. I'll see you guys in the City Law School to attend my 10:30 a.m. employment law workshop till 12 p.m. and then from 12 p.m. I do have media law till 1:30. So I'll see you guys later. Guys, there's literally 2 minutes left till my lesson starts, and I'm still here outside the law school. I got my medium soya mocha and I'm really, really enjoying it, but I'm getting super duper late and I'm feeling quite guilty. Actually, it's not my fault, because the central line was taking so long to take off from my local station, so it did not really it's not my fault actually. So yeah, so let's see if I can get a seat next to a charger so that I can charge my phone, charge my laptop whilst the lesson is going on, so then I don't have to worry about turning it off midway when I'm taking my notes. That's like the biggest nightmare. So yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys the beautiful weather today. The weather looks gorgeous. Totally loving it. And here I've got my mocha, and I better not step on anything, which is disgusting. See, such a gorgeous weather, and I cannot believe I'm actually unsure what to do in terms of YouTube. Not really, but like in terms of vlogging style wise, not like actual content, but like what to do in terms of vlogging. So let's see. I think I'm planning to do a dissertation diaries thing from June onwards. So if you guys really love the idea, then please do like this video so that I can be notified of it. But I'm getting super duper late now, so I'm gonna run. Hello everyone, it's Tuesday of the week, which is, I believe, the 10th of May 2022, and it's around 3 p.m. exactly, and in about an hour and a half in a time I'm supposed to have my workshop for commercial law. It is workshop 12, I believe, and it is about undertakings or something like about default or something. I'm not really sure what it's about, but it's pretty interesting, I believe. But today I have a different plan in mind, which is a few things. First things first, one of the things that I want to let you guys know is the fact that I'm really worried about my career opportunities and all those kind of things, especially because I'm not someone who has a lot of legal work experience as such. So it's going to be very, very important for me to make sure that I'm not wasting my time in a way of, in terms of application wise, creating my CV, my cover letter, my personal statement, if that applies. And also, side note, I also got my Costa iced latte with oat milk and caramel syrup, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm already done, and I bought it like 15 minutes ago, but what can I do? I'm really addicted to these things. So yeah, that's one of the things. And at 3:30 p.m. I do have a meeting with one of the career people where I'm going to ask a lot of questions about what I want to do in terms of as my career wise after my LPC ends and everything, and get tips and tricks and all those kind of things. And I think that's really, really important, if as someone who does not have any work experience, for you to really apply from beforehand. Although I say all these things, it's very hard for me, for myself, to really apply these things, which I'm finding it really, really difficult to keep myself motivated to get the work done, to create my CV, my personal statement, my cover letter, whatever I have to do to make sure that I can transfer it to as many law firms as possible to get work experience at least. And speaking of work experience for legal purposes, I do have an event tomorrow, which is a Wednesday. I'm not sure what time it is and where, but it is like an event for those people who have questions about training contracts and how to be a lawyer, how to be a solicitor, how to get in, how to pass the interview and all those kind of things, which I think is very, very useful for someone like me who does not have any zero experience whatsoever. And a part of me kind of regrets not really getting experience as such, but I feel like when I was in my LLB years, my priority was to get a first class and make sure I stand out as much as possible in terms of grades, which I have achieved, and I'm really, really proud of myself. By the grace of God, I've done that. But now it's time for me to also focus on work experience and gaining that legal experience as much as I can, which is why this meeting I feel like is going to be very, very important for me. And I don't know if this angle is really good or not, but I'm in an advocacy room as always. And in exactly 2 weeks time, my advanced materials for my term 2 exams are going to be released, which is very scary and frightening, because I'm gonna try my best to do as well as I can on my term 2 exams, because those are my option modules at the end of the day, and I cannot go wrong on those. And so I'm prioritizing as much as I can my term 2 modules, which are employment law, commercial law, and media law as well. So that's very, very important for me. And then I also do have a dissertation to complete as well, which is, I would not say is the most important thing as such, but I'm trying to do as best as I can on my dissertation as well, but it's not my highest priority as much as the exams are. So that's all I had to say. And all the things that I'm going to be making my personal goals is to make sure that I am deactivating my Instagram, which means that I'm basically gonna disable my Instagram account, because I've realized that I spend way too much time on it, and that does not really benefit in terms of my grades or my attention span or my concentration levels when I'm studying actually and being productive for the whole entire day. And I'm not that type of a person who sees what's going on in the Instagram world and such. I don't have FOMO thing going on in me, but sometimes I overspend time on it, and that's not really nice. So yeah, so now what I'm going to do is wait till my meeting starts at 3:30. It is going to be offline, so I'm gonna have to go to the room where the advisor is there, and then I'm gonna be sitting down with her and chat about it and make sure that I get as much as juice as possible when it comes to this profession and everything like that, because that's very, very important to me, as I said before. And I feel like I took way too much on vlogs, but one thing that you guys may have realized is that I don't really film as much as before in my term 1, and the reason is because this term, I don't know why, I've loved staying at home more than actually coming to campus and studying. Not that I don't attend classes, I do, but it's just that I end up studying more better, especially on Tuesdays, for example. I come to the campus maybe at 3 p.m. or something instead of let's say 9 a.m. in the morning like I used to do before. And that's why I cannot really film at home, because at home I cannot really show my face because I'm not wearing my hijab, obviously. And that defeats the purpose of me actually vlogging. But I'm gonna try and vlog as much as I can, especially this week and next week, because these 2 weeks are my last weeks of my legal practice course teaching weeks. So after these 2 weeks, as I said before, no more classes, no more workshops, and I'm just gonna have to come and do my work, independent work, and then go home. Basically that's it till September. So that's basically essentially it. And now I'm gonna do is upload a YouTube video as much as I can, as quickly as I can before the meeting, and I'll see you guys after the meeting and let you guys know how it was. So now I'm gonna be checking my emails. Guys, I just uploaded one very short video, which is a less than a 1 minute video titled "One Secret I've Always Hidden," and you can go and check it out right now on my YouTube channel. And it is basically, all these short videos on my YouTube channel are a reflection of who I am as a person and what I believe in, basically. So it's very, very important for me to upload these videos because they act as almost like my legacy, like a 1 minute clip, every week I upload one, so then everyone can see it, and at the same time they can know exactly who I am as a person. It kind of acts like a legacy, especially because I know this sounds very cheesy and everything, but I want my children to be able to know who their mother was before she became a mother, and how she developed and growed herself out of everything and out of all the life experiences, and how she takes everything and she makes a beautiful cake out of it, and she does not make it look like it's charcoal. Her life is not a charcoal, it's a cake. There's a huge difference, and that's why I like to upload these 1-minute videos every single week, just because I want to leave a legacy for my children, for them to see what kind of a person I was before they came into my life. And that's really, really exciting as always. But now I'm getting super duper late for my meeting, and I'm gonna go now, and I don't know what to leave here so that when I come back this room is still available. But let's see, this is gonna be really hard, but let's see how long the meeting lasts. I hope it's as long as I can, so then I can ask as many questions as possible, but then I get stuck. That's the problem in the meetings. So yeah, and I still didn't finish my drink as well, because I just uploaded the video in 15 minutes, which is record. I don't know what to leave. I think I'm gonna leave a paper and a pen maybe. Let's see, but I'm gonna take everything that is inside here. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see you guys after the meeting. Hello everyone. I just finished my commercial law workshop 12, which was all about representation and undertakings and everything like that in a facility type of agreement, and that was very, very interesting. But I wish I had prepped more, but I didn't actually prepare anything. But the meeting before that, which was between 3:40, actually what happened is that I went to the receptionist and I asked what is the exact room number for the meeting that my advisor told me to actually attend, and it was actually in the other building, the Wiskin building, or Wiskin building, and that's why it made me late 10 minutes. But it was so worth it, because I had so many doubts about whether I'm gonna get the job in the future and all those kind of things, and I had a lot of questions and everything, and all of those questions were answered. And I feel after the meeting I felt really, really calm, which is always a good thing, because it gave me so much relief, and it gave me like an action plan as well on what to do with my life, especially after term 2 exams, which are going to be finishing on the mid-June time. So now what I can do my best right now currently is to do really, really well on my term 2 exams. But it is not the end of the world even if you don't do well. But obviously if you have the better the grades, the better the opportunity of you getting the job, obviously. But at the same time, I feel like it's very, very important that I focus right now on my term 2 exams as much as possible. And these are all the messages coming up suddenly when I start recording, and it's very, very important for me to really dedicate myself to do as much studying as possible, keep up with the revisions. And I thought personally, before actually doing the commercial law workshop, we had a discussion between me and my classmates and everything, that how we all thought that in term 2 we were all going to be up to date with all our revisions, with our workshops, with our large groups. But that went completely downhill, because all of us are so behind, all of us are so lost sometimes. And I feel like sometimes you feel like, why did I choose this option module and stuff? But all of the option modules that I've chosen so far are pretty good, but I do need to really keep up really hard on them, especially because term 2 is all about practical advice and giving advice as much as you can, in terms of as though you are giving advice to a real client and everything like that. It's not more about theory, it's about application more. So that's very, very important for you to practice and everything like that. So now what I'm going to do is going to go home, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages, which are like, suddenly I'm getting all the messages when I'm recording. So now I'm going to keep it short and simple. I'm going to go home now and do a little bit of revision on employment law, because I'm trying to really understand how to make sure that in the exam I'm not baffling, especially when I'm writing the advice. And I'm going to take off everything that I've done so far on my bullet journal, if I can find the pen, obviously. Yeah, I found it. So yeah, and yeah, that's my action plan for now. And tomorrow I do have the event, as I told you guys already, which is very, very important. And I'm gonna plan and do that as well, and it's gonna be at 10 a.m. till I think afternoon at say 3 p.m. or something, which is gonna be all about, you know, legal advice and how to do well in interviews and all this kind of thing. There's gonna be a role play as well, like, you know, between an interviewer and an interviewee in a law firm type of a situation in terms of interview, and also like some tips and tricks. So I'm really excited for those, and hopefully I'll be able to record it. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning when I'm going towards the event. Hello everyone. Hello everyone, it's the Wednesday of the week, and today I do have the TCAS event, which is basically known as the training contract event, where a guest speaker will be coming and talking everything about training contracts and everything like that, tips and tricks, how to do well in the interview, how to write a good CV or a cover letter and all those kind of things. And I think that's such a great event, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people there because this topic is so important to all of us lawyers who are currently doing the undergraduate, which is the LLB, or even the LPC with LLM, which is basically what I'm doing, the legal practice course with the Masters of Laws. So it's very important that all of us do attend that, because I'm sure it's gonna give a lot of tips and tricks about how to write a good, and I think there's gonna be exemplar CV and cover letter, or even answer to some questions, for example, what attracts you to law and all those kind of things. So that's a really good way of practicing yourself, because if you're like me and you're getting very anxious about what you want to do after the LPC and you don't know what to do with it and how to get the best job as quickly as possible, it's very important that all of us attend these kind of events, so that it also boosts your CV as well in a way. Anyway, after that, the event starts at 10 a.m. and then it ends at 1:15 for lunch, and then we come back at 2 or something, and then we do it till 4 p.m. It's going to be like a full day retreat on training contracts and everything like that, so I'm really excited. I'm not sure if my friends are going to be attending, because they do have retakes or like exams to do today and tomorrow, so I'm not sure if they're going. I might be lonely, or I might make friends, you never know. So I'm really excited. And and also I created a new hijab style with a new type of pin, which is a safety pin, to do my hijab. The reason is because when I do the pins, it destroys the material, which is very sad, because this material is really good. But when I wear the safety pin, it does not budge, it doesn't make any it doesn't damage the material that much. So I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I'm getting super late. I was supposed to leave the house at 10 minutes ago. And also in terms of what I'm gonna do for lunch, I think I'm definitely gonna get a meal deal today. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a meal deal from Tesco and get that and eat it whenever I can. And then if I really feel like to, after 4 p.m. to do any revision or anything like that, then I will till 7 maybe, and then go home. Or if I feel really hungry and I feel like that the meal deal didn't suffice my appetite, then I'll definitely go home and then revise at home. So that's the plan of the day. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the event. Hopefully I can record some bits and pieces, because I know it's going to be very hard, but I'll see.
Smoking is not allowed anywhere in London Underground. This
a lot of description here, whereas you could instead have said my role involved supporting with negotiations, taking lead.
She left her will to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a really conscious step. In my first few weeks, my training contract, we had this lady come in. She was amazing to teach us all about presenting and managing nerves, and we didn't know what to do.
Hello everyone, today's the Thursday of the week, and today I did miss my Employment Law Workshop 13, which was happening between 9 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. And the reason is because I was feeling super duper tired from the past few days that I've been doing all this work, all these studies and all these events and all those kind of things. So I just did not feel like to go in the morning, early morning, 9 a.m. But this was probably the last 9 a.m. lesson that I was going to have anyway, but I just still didn't bother going, unfortunately, and I think that's fine, especially if you're really tired. Another thing that I wanted to share with you all is the fact that today I do have a meeting with one of the tutors at 10:12 p.m. Just for half an hour, just for a chit chat, and then I do have my commercial law workshop, which is happening between 1:30 till 3 o'clock, and then from 3 o'clock I have my media law workshop as well, from 3 to 4:30, I believe. So that's basically the plan of the day, or what the structure looks like. In terms of what the event yesterday about TCAS event, what happened and everything, that was a really good event that happened about training contracts, about how to do well in the interview, how to write a good CV, good cover letter, good how to answer the interview questions in a way that is very natural. So that was a very useful event, and it happened between 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. And although it was very stretched, I loved how interactive it was with everyone asking questions, and very interesting questions as well. And that helped me as well, being there, you know, gaining all this information and knowing exactly what to do after my exams finish and everything. And that motivated me as well to also start prepping for my interview, for example, or writing a good CV or a cover letter. So I highly encourage that if you are an LPC student or even an SQE student at City or any other university, and you're interested in becoming a solicitor, definitely do attend events that are happening in a university, which are mostly based on or solely based on training contracts, how to get training contract, how to do well in the interview, and, you know, CV, cover letter, and all those kind of things. Those things are very important to know and how to do it. And especially the speaker that came, Jake, he was so good, and he was explaining so well, and he was extremely humble with everything that he has achieved, everything that he did, how he was explaining, how he was answering the questions. I felt as though he was very humble, and I really liked that about him. He was very humble with his achievements. He did not shy away from expressing all his rejections and everything like that. And that's a person that I aspire to be myself. Very humble, who knows where she's from, who knows her roots, and she's never arrogant. So that's very important for me to be as a person, and I can embody that very easily as a solicitor as well. So now I'm getting super duper late, and my voice is literally going, I don't know why. And I'll see you guys at the City Law School, where I will be doing some revision for employment law. Hello everyone, it's currently around 10:15, and I just got myself the first ever time Starbucks soya ice latte, the largest size, and and it's actually pretty good, but I don't know, there's something missing in it, but it's still really good without any syrups like caramel, vanilla, whatever. And now I am going to be basically working on revision a little bit, because I do have at 12 p.m. or 10:12 a meeting for half an hour, and then after that I do have commercial law. And I'm aware some of the people in my year do have wills and administration and interview and advising exam going on, which has been happening since yesterday and today as well. So good luck to everyone, or every single one of them. I don't know, I know not everyone watches my videos, but still good luck to everyone who has that. And I also got lunch from yesterday, which I did not get to eat, from Tesco, which is this one, egg and cress. Is completely gone, but I'm gonna have to eat this for lunch. And also have my iced latte with some things that my mom buys for me, which is very sweet and cute, which is, for example, the sesame crackers. So cute. She said, oh, every time you go to uni and you're studying at uni, just eat this and you're gonna feel better. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. So yeah, now I'm gonna get cracking into my work because I do have a lot of revision to do for my June exams, and I'm also planning what to do after my June exams end, like in terms of vacation. But although I can't really do a vacation honestly, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do now, and I will see you guys after, I would say at around 12 p.m. when I'm about to go to my teachers meeting. Hello everyone, I just had the meeting and it went pretty well. It was okay, and it was about one of the modules, but one thing I'm gonna say to you guys very honestly is that one last time, basically I had to redo this meeting because the last time I did it with the same teacher for the same module and for the same reason, it went really bad because I was actually, the meeting was happening actually in Microsoft Teams, and obviously I was not at the university. And so I had to basically just do the meeting in a cafe because my library next to my house was basically closed down. So I had no choice but to really go to a cafe where I could basically access the internet and everything like that. So I had no choice to do that. But this kind teacher actually was there, and I felt very unprofessional of myself. So please, if you're somebody who does a meeting with a teacher who's a professional, who's a tutor at university, please do it in a quiet place, or let them know that you cannot be doing this meeting again, or you cannot be attending that meeting right now because of these kind of reasons, because that basically causes a lot of unprofessionality on your part. It's not about the teacher, it's about yourself. It shows what kind of a person you are. So from now on, I'm never going to be like, you know, doing any meetings in a cafe, and even if I really have to that day, then I would come to the university. It's much better than actually just doing it in a cafe where it's really noisy. And I still remember that day when I had this meeting over Microsoft Teams. It was so noisy, and I had to be outside the cafe because it was so noisy inside the cafe as well, because I could not hear anything what the teacher was saying. And he was telling me how he prepared so much for it, you know, half an hour for it, like, you know, for me to give the best feedback as much as possible. But because of my unprofessionality, I could not hear anything, which is why I had to redo this meeting again. So please note, everyone, every single student out there, please don't make any meetings in a cafe, because that's the biggest thing ever. That's the worst mistake you can do. So that's what I learned in this meeting. And yeah, and 1:30 I'm supposed to go to commercial law, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go, honestly, because I really have a lot of revision to do in terms of but at the end I understand what he said, and I felt what he said. So I said, I'm so thankful that you actually did the meeting again, because this was a very important meeting to me. So yeah, so never ever do any meetings in the cafe. And also now I'm gonna have my lunch, which is the egg and cress, which I showed you guys already. So yeah.
सब कहते हैं कि भूत बाधा हुई है। चलो भाभी, हम जाएंगे यहाँ से। चाबी कहाँ है इस ताले की? मेरे पापा के पास। लेकिन उनसे मांगने का ख्याल भी मत करना।
Hello guys, I just basically finished my revision and also chatting with my sister over the phone, and some revision for employment law. Now, what I decided to do is something very spontaneous, and something that I basically give myself, like after every good study session. What I like to do is give myself a treat, which is going to make me feel really rushing and very adrenaline rush kind of a thing, and make me feel really happy and excited. So what I spontaneously tried to do now to make sure that I feel that way is to make sure that I watch the movie Doctor Strange and in the Madness of the Universe, or Multi-Universe or something, which came out very recently, and is very popular Marvel movie, which I'm gonna go ahead and watch today at 4:45 at the View in Islington. And I don't know what food to take with me. I'm looking for some halal option, which are not going to be too much to carry, because I'm carrying a lot of things at the same time. And that movie is going to end at 7:20 p.m. So I'm going to have to see whether it's going to be a good idea, and what to take and everything. And I'm also undecided whether I'm going to be eating at home as well. So yeah, so I'm really excited to see how it unfolds. I'm still going to be doing some revision at home, hopefully, for media law, because that's very important. My exam is coming up very soon for employment law. media law. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how it goes, and I'll take you guys there for sure.
Justifiably angry. You had to make terrible sacrifices.
I blew a hole through the head of the man I loved. And it meant nothing. Do not speak to me of sacrifice, Stephen Strange.